Welcome to episode 4 of Takeshi's Castle. I got Moyo again.
Hey, how are we?
Very good, very good. And I got Syrphx.
Hello, what up?
And finally, I got Boruu.
Hello. How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm good. Nothing much really happened to me.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't really do a lot because of lockdown and that. It's pretty boring.
Yeah, nice excuse, bro.
Yeah, no, copium.
Alright, what's on the agenda today, boys? What's on the agenda? Let's fucking hear it. Let's put it out. Let's make a plan.
Sleep.
Alright. Sounds great.
I actually thought about doing a sleep stream. I know that people do that. I know that people do
yeah,
sleep
no,
streams. But I think they're kind of legit. I think it's a good idea.
Why?
Because
You want to give it a speed,
I mean, it's
right?
not good for the people watching, but for me, if I get clout just for sleeping,
mean,
I'm all about it.
I don't think you're gonna get any clout.
I feel like the only kinds of the viewers that watch sleep streams is psychos. I want to fuck with you, right?
Yeah, it's like psychopaths, 100%.
Exactly. Like the only people they're gonna fucking call like a SWAT team to your house at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Just to wake you up.
I'm sure that's like the only person that watches a sleep stream. Like either that or you're just like there's something really fucking wrong with you.
Or it's like you're simping over whoever is sleeping.
Exactly.
I
And at
still
that point, there's something really wrong with you. Is my point. Like, come
who
on.
actually likes Sims, unironically.
Would you not watch
I'd watch.
your crush or your
No,
celebrity
no.
crush?
No,
Probably
that's pretty
that's
weird.
weird. It's strange. I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
I think I'd be
I feel like
tempted, mate.
I feel like you just ask her out.
I mean, I'd be
Yeah,
tempted in the
yeah.
same way I'm tempted to like do weird shit. I don't do it, you know.
I feel like if you're gonna go to the extreme of watching her sleep or him sleep, you just ask the person out, right?
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
I kind of want to hear what weird stuff you're tempted to do.
I mean, I have no fucking. I'm. That's hard when you put me on the spot like this. I don't know. Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's fair.
Weird.
You said
things.
smoking's not good.
So yeah, I mean, I do smoke. I mean, that's not weird. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, no. I'm like 20 something now, but when I was in my teens, I thought it was very cool to go to a party and smoke.
All right.
I remember one girl saying it looked good. And I was like,
I mean,
Oh,
I
then
get
he got
what she
hooked.
mean- I get what she means though. Like there is a certain allure, like a certain appeal to smoking, right? Like it's, I wouldn't say sexy, but it has this like, I mean, because of media, right? Like it's been built up to be this thing, surely.
I mean, it's not great on some
No.
levels, but yeah, no,
Horrible.
I'm glad that I'm glad that you get it because I definitely thought it was cool at the time.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. I mean, I think like most people at least, right?
Yeah.
Had
Like,
like a
definitely
point in
not
their
cool.
life where it was cool to smoke, right?
yeah, definitely. Like, I can imagine Teen Moyo getting that dopamine rush when the girl says that it's cool to smoke. It'd be like monkey
yeah,
brain on.
Mate, I was so starved for like attention that if anyone, I remember once a friend of mine who was a girl said, "Oh, I like that jacket." That was like 10 years ago. I still wear it.
Hasn't gone away.
I think you hear that from a lot of guys though, like in general, like, oh yeah, I got this one fucking compliment 5 years ago. It was sick, dude. And
Yeah.
they live on that for the rest of their lives. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some guy out there that's fucking addicted to heroin because a girl said it was cool once. I mean, I know. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised. There's definitely at least like 150 people.
There's
That's
definitely
that
people
can
like
do
that.
it,
Like
yeah.
you get your dream goth GF, but you have to do heroin, copious amounts of heroin.
I mean, if you're desperate enough, I think
know?
being on heroin is quite nice. I just think the rest of
Yeah,
it's
just
shit.
stay on it forever. Then you never feel the
Exactly.
effects.
Exactly. I mean, if you're rich enough, I don't see the problem. You know.
Yeah, and it's easy weight loss as well. If you're fat, it's pretty good for that.
You know, it's very true.
Okay, man, I've put on.
I don't
Silk
think it's
Train
the
COVID,
healthiest
so-
weight loss though.
I mean,
I
no,
mean,
weight loss,
no
weight
is
loss.
healthy, right? Wait, exactly.
It's probably more efficient than Weight Watchers.
Well, yeah, but
I would
at
put
the
a
same
significant
time,
amount of money on cocaine or heroin over anything else in terms of weight loss.
Well,
Say
yeah,
maybe
but
like
it's
mutilation.
not healthy weight loss, is it? Like you'll just
This
sit
is-
it right back up.
This is the podcast where you hear real tips. Okay,
Oh yeah.
Exactly,
real
exactly.
advice. That's gonna
I
help.
mean, yeah, I'm a doctor as well, so
Are you?
yeah, technically speaking, I am
Oh, okay,
Technically,
so you're like a doctor of history or
a
something.
doctor of mathematics. but,
Wait, what are you
I'm-
trying to
it's not really
say?
a doctorate. I'm a
Well,
doctor, so you can listen to everything.
when people say I'm a doctor,
and
and then they add that like technically bit onto the end.
All I say is I'm
It's
I'm
like,
a
okay.
doctor. You can interpret what kind. It's up to you. It's not
Technically.
really my business. I'm just a
Technically.
doctor. You know.
That's
I'm a
fine.
doctor of something. That's better than not being a doctor at all, as far as I see it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
I am a bachelor of science. You know, that's just
Fair
the way it
enough.
is.
Same, actually. I am too. Yeah.
But am
But
I
the
good at
The
science?
bachelor boy is in today. Fucking hell.
Oh no. So
Yeah.
where
Smoking.
are
Let's
you
keep
from?
going. Me, I'm Norwegian actually.
Norwegian. Yeah, because
I'm
I thought
Norwegian.
your accent was like British, but then I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's not now. I mean,
There's
I
something
just
going.
speak really strangely, honestly, because I've lived in the UK for a long time and studied there. But I haven't been back for a long time, so my accent just gets weird because I speak to non-English speakers all day, and then my accent just slowly kind of
Veldebra.
morphs into this weird like pigeon accent.
Yeah, but why do you think that is though? Because like my parents, one of them's American, and
Yeah.
she's lived in like different parts of Europe, and she's never like she just has that full on nasal American. It's
I
just
think
never
you
changed.
think so, but I think if she went back, she'd be surprised at how much she'd adapt.
No.
Really?
No, but then
No.
some people like
I mean, she's the
like
exception at
reject
that
it,
point.
right? Some
Yeah.
people are like, oh no, I'm
yeah.
hearing everyone else's accent. I'm actually I'm gonna sink deeper into my own
Yeah.
to like make sure that I'm,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
It's
That
all
makes sense, but I don't know.
all based on
I
your
think it
environment,
happens with
right?
some people.
Mm.
Yeah, but I know some Norwegian. Hold on, I'll hit you.
All right.
Veldebra.
Veldig bra, ja.
Oh yeah, they've got this weird Veldebra. You know.
Veldig bra, ja.
Well, I mean, no, it's more Swedish, but like I was
Alright,
assuming
Swedish,
tack
it's
så mycket
terrible language.
is pretty much the same.
Tack så mycket, yeah. Tusen tack in Norwegian.
Oh yeah, tusen tack, which is
Tusen
so
tack.
weird because isn't it like 1,000 thanks?
Yeah, it just means 1,000 thanks, yeah.
Rather than thank you very much, which is
Yeah, I mean,
kind of
you can say tusen hjertelig takk, which means 1,000 hearts of thanks, basically. I mean, you can say tack så mye. There's a lot of like you can thank in a lot of different ways. It depends on the context and the formality, I suppose. But I mean, tusen takk is definitely like a safe bet where it works across most. I wouldn't say it's like very formal, but outside of like meeting the king, you're good, basically.
Well, I when I was in Norway, I loved it because I was staying with these people.
Where would you go?
I was in I was like 2 hours out of Oslo, so I was in
Alright,
this
what
tiny place
direction?
called Slitu. I was in this tiny place called
Slite?
yeah, and this guy there that
Okay, yeah.
I was with,
Why
he
on
ren-
the fuck were you doing there? What?
I was actually just doing like charity work there.
Oh,
I was like in
okay.
schools and stuff.
How long?
Teaching English. I was there for like a summer, or like a couple weeks
sick.
in the summer.
Because that's like in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like this is like
Yeah, it was like
for
proper.
people that don't know Norway, this is like redneck country, you know. It's like
So that was
very
so funny.
poor.
So
like-
like when I so they thought they were all like, oh yeah, we're like hillbillies, and
Yeah,
I was
they
kind of
are,
like, nah.
for
But they
sure.
live such like a nice life, and
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy was renovating 1960s American cars, and I was like,
Oh,
oh damn,
dude.
that's so cool. But then when we went to Oslo, everyone there was like, oh yeah, that's so
Yeah.
lame.
Yeah,
you
no.
You need a Tesla.
That's a thing in like that part of like that Østfold is the fylke or the county, right? And it's a thing. Like people there are like I don't know, they're just basically the rednecks of Norway. There's like I think 90% of the veteran like old cars basically, like vintage cars are registered in that small part of Norway because like everyone there somehow just loves vintage cars. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And like a place
it was really
on the-
cool.
Yeah, it's interesting at least. Let's just people from Oslo have a interesting relationship with people from like shortly outside of Oslo. Let's put it that way. But yeah,
Where do you want to go next, though? If you could go
Well-
anywhere, where do you want to go?
me,
No, Moyo.
Moyo, yeah.
'Cause He's Mr. Worldwide, knows all the
Yeah.
languages. and that's
Me,
it.
I want to go. I want to go to Japan.
Japan's great.
I'm not like a weeb, like
Weeb?
massively, but I just think that a country that was literally shut off from the entire world for hundreds of years is now so available to us. It's
I've
just
been to
it's just
Japan,
fascinating.
like
Fascinating.
8 times now, I think.
Really?
8
Yeah,
times.
My
Weeb?
ex-girlfriend-
Definitely a
my
weeb.
ex-girlfriend's Japanese, so I was there quite a bit to spend time with her and stuff.
What
Did
was
you
the
go
best
to that
place?
part? What was that? What's that one part? It's like Akihabara. That one part.
I've been to Akihabara. Yes, I've stayed
Yeah.
there.
How? What
once.
did it smell bad in in that area?
No,
Like,
no,
all
I
the
mean,
sweaty
most of
people, right?
Akihabara is not just normal. but
Oh,
some of
okay.
it's very weeby.
Yeah.
And I mean, it depends on what time of year you go as well. But like sometimes it's quite touristy, but mostly it's a lot of offices and
How tall are you,
commerce
Boruu?
and that kind of thing. What 190 centimeters about?
That's like
Oh,
6 feet. That's like 6'4", 6'3".
I'm 6'2", so I'm
Oh,
like
so- okay.
188, 189
Did
something.
you
I'm
get a lot of looks because of your height?
Not really. I didn't find people in Japan to be as short as you. I mean, I'd imagined, I suppose.
Yeah, 'cause I had
I didn't feel especially tall, and I'm like quite tall.
Mm.
I'm like tall enough where in most places I wouldn't be described as tall, but I'm still taller than most people.
Yeah, see that's like me. I'm 185,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't look at me and go, "Oh, he's tall." But you wouldn't look at me
No.
and go, "Oh, he's small." So what I've told people is that I'm perfect.
Exactly. I mean, that's the same way I feel. Like I'm tall enough where I'm tall, kind of, and like no one's ever gonna call me short, right? But I'm also not tall enough where it's an inconvenience. Like I don't have to, like, for me, like long planar rides are slightly uncomfortable. But my brother, who is maybe 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters taller than me, it's fucking unbearable for him, right? Because he's so
Oh,
tall to the point
put
where
my
it's like
hands.
plane seats suck and that kind of thing. So like I'm right in the middle where I'm not short. I'm not also like a fucking man beast.
Mm.
And
wandering
there's only
around.
3 centimeters of difference. That's
Exactly.
pretty insane.
Everyone that isn't my height is a fucking manlet or a loser. That's the point.
True, true. 5'11", fucking manlet. Might as
Does it
well
relate to your
bother.
MMR? Is your MMR also big?
I mean, 4.2k, I guess. It's not very big. Very middle of the pack.
Inverse, inverse.
Wait,
But
what's the
inverse.
percentile? MMR percent. I think I might be in the same percentile of height and MMR.
Mm.
Let's see.
That'd be actually pretty cool if you were. But are you
So
like
it's
one
a
of those
big correlation.
That big. Are you like one of those tall people that like long legs, small body, like or long arms,
No,
big
I
body?
have
Or...
pretty long arms and legs and everything. I have very large hands. My hands are fucking huge.
Just flexing on us. All right. Okay.
Yeah, all right, chill out.
I mean, no, it's true. It's how
Do
it is.
that classic thing to girls. Oh, look how big my hands are.
Oh,
Like, oh
come
my
on, look at
gosh,
the
the
gun.
hands are so small. My hands are so small in yours.
I don't get that, man.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, wait. I'm 84th percentile of height. Let's see what my MMR percentile is.
Not 80. Well, it could be.
I think it
Yeah,
might be
probably.
higher.
It's probably higher, to be honest.
Yeah, like 95th.
Yeah.
No, not 93rd.
Apparently, I
See, that's
am
crazy.
87. I'm pretty. If I rank down, I'm very close.
Oh,
Just
Decent
deboost
MMR.
right now.
Do it.
I would
Deboost.
be very close to the same percentile of height and MMR. That would be sick. So I either need to get taller or I need to get better at Dota. The worse at Dota.
I think the taller ones are more feasible.
Yeah, probably. I'm only
Is
23.
Dota
I
like
can
your
still
main
get
game?
taller.
Would you say?
No, not really. I mean, it's the only game I play. Like, say, I don't play it regularly anymore. Even I've always been like an FPS guy. I've played Quake since I was like 5. I started playing Counter Strike when I was like 8. I've
Jeez.
played a lot of CSGO in my life. I have like maybe, I don't know, a few thousand hours across a couple of accounts. I used to be high ranked. Now I'm really bad. And then I started playing Dota in like, I don't know, 2016, maybe 2015.
I don't know. All you plebs who start playing it are later than me and then are just better. It's really
So
frustrating.
it comes back to the gaming IQ, boy. You said
I
it
know,
I
yourself.
think I don't know.
Yeah.
My thing in Dota is like I don't really like. My main issue with Dota is I have to try too hard sometimes. I don't like if I have to try like if I'm not like mentally prepared to try really hard, I just kind of, you know, I lose it if I have to try super hard in like matchmaking and shit. Because I don't know. I want to play Dota and like I want to relax. I don't
Yeah.
really care about like super winning. I just want to chill, talk some shit. Like for me, half the experience is just like flaming people in solo queue, right? Like that's like 50% of the point for me.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
so I recently started playing Call of Duty Black Ops
Oh,
Cold
no.
War. I know. I mean, I was just returning to my roots a little bit, and
Fair enough.
you know, and also Dota was just getting stressful. I just need a change. But
Yeah.
my favorite thing is that you all go into the lobby after the game. All 10, all like what, all 12 players go into a voice chat lobby after the game.
I mean,
So
it's
you
kind
can-
of like post game
It's
chat, right?
so fun. It's so fun winding people up. And it's also really funny listening to what people have to say about me after the game. It's amazing. I love it. I wish you
Mm.
could do that after Dota. You would just go into an all chat lobby with.
I mean, you
with,
do though, right? Like the post game chat.
Yeah, but it's not like you're not spitting
That's true, that's
venom.
true.
You know.
I mean, I do that all the time. Like whenever if I'm happy with anything, I fucking go crazy. I mean, anyone who's played with me can attest to this. Like if I'm mad, I'll write a few paragraphs in the post game chat. You know, letting people know how I feel about them, that kind of thing. Let's put it
Yeah,
that
I
way.
think I knew you as toxic. I think that was my first interaction with you.
Me?
Boru's
Yeah,
a nice
no,
guy.
I'm
Come on.
joking. I'm joking. My
I'm
actual
never toxic in RE2, actually, like ever.
I
my-
knew it!
I'm
Bro,
not
Takeshi
toxic.
is very toxic.
Yeah, true.
No, I actually
So is Mazda, actually.
when I
Must
first
run
thought
in
your name, I
the
thought you were
London.
Bruise. So I was like, oh okay.
Oh.
That was a while ago.
I mean,
you know-
my only I think I've played with Syrphx a couple of times, and I've played with Takeshi maybe twice or something.
I
they've all been good
can't stand
experiences.
play with Syrphx. Like
Wait,
2
what?
minutes in, he's already thinking about destroying items. Like he's already hovering over the buyback button. I
See,
I
Sounds like
honestly
me,
don't
sounds like
Wait,
me.
fucking
wait.
understand.
This is after I've carried you in so many fucking packs. What are you talking about?
I actually have I have the same issue. Like I've got this new bad habit in Dota. Like every time I die, I ping my buyback now. It's really bad. It's
And one day you don't ping, you just click it by accident.
the team are just
Oh.
constantly on edge. You know, they're like constantly
I
worried
mean,
about.
That's like my number one thing. If I'm like really mad in a game and I want to show my team how mad I am, I'll buy back only 1 second left of death just to like.
Oh,
Prove
Yeah,
a
I
point.
mean,
yeah.
I mean,
that's
you know,
like taking that rage.
I
And
mean,
turning
I
it to
almost
pettiness.
never like actually ruin games, right? But I'll do the occasional rage buyback or like.
I unintentionally ruined some games, I'll be honest.
I mean, that doesn't count.
Whoa,
right?
whoa, Syrphx, be careful what you say.
Why? What?
Yeah. I would never in my life ever contribute to willingly losing a Dota 2 game. Just, I mean, so it's on the record, right? Like, I would never do that. I would never stop
But
trying.
off the record every day.
I believe no. I believe that me and Reddit, we believe the same thing, right? Like, you should always try until the agent's destroyed, no matter what. Game's never lost, right, guys?
Yeah, but I mean,
Mm.
you know what?
I don't
Syrphx
know,
doesn't follow the same rules, and I'm
So-
very
some
worried.
some games are just unwinnable.
I
Yeah.
think the higher MMR you go, that will always be the case. But the lower MMR you go, that is not the case.
No, if you ask me that, I believe that like maybe 50% of games are like you should just AFK. I'm not. That's what I actually.
I
Believe.
mean, some games are actually just unwinnable. Like you can't.
Yeah,
do
I
anything
mean, no,
about
I
it.
think
Redditors are
I-
coming out, boys.
my enjoyment of the Dota 2 game.
But no,
increased by, like, 100%.
Takeshi. I think when I was talking to Max put it like the right way, right? So 50% of the games you play, you can have impact in. 25% of the games you play, you can't have impact in, and then in the other 25% of the games are just lost.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you just hear
I-
some Redditors going like that on their keyboard.
I mean, no, you
Telling
just
you
chill.
otherwise.
Like, I don't mind playing lost games, right? Like, I just want to like, if we're all just like, if we're all just like, okay, yeah, this one's lost. Let's just chill. Let's just fucking run around hitting creeps. Let's not try. That's an enjoyable game, right? But if I'm like deluding myself, running around trying super fucking hard for 20 minutes when it's just obviously not happening, that tilts me.
Then you just end up being like the League community then.
Yeah,
And it's just
do,
kind
but,
of
you know,
weird, and like everyone just starts calling for surrender, and then they just don't try, and they
Yeah,
do
that's
weird
true.
shit. I've
I
experienced
mean,
that.
it's still better though. I think
Yeah, I guess.
sitting through like misery.
Syrphx, what other games do you play? Because I
Me?
only see you play Dota and Rust.
Yeah, Dota, Rust, some Hades, Civ.
Oh
So-
yes,
I used to be a massive Armor 3 gamer when that was like popular.
I couldn't run it.
Armor
Such.
3. I've actually never played Armor. I've played some DayZ, but
Yeah,
It's
I
not
played. I've got Armor 3 for the DayZ mod when it was.
I
First
play
released.
Among Us occasionally.
Amogus.
Yeah.
Amogus.
I don't know that meme, like I'm a boomer or something.
I mean, it's not really a meme. It's just Amogus. That's it, dude.
I know Hazel
Amogus.
spams it a lot.
I mean, it's just Amogus, man. You know, there's nothing else.
You know, there's people that try to make Amogus like an esport. Start like
Oh,
recording their win losses on Reddit.
Dude,
They had
that's so
rules and
fucking
everything.
cringe, man.
So
there's a
that
reason
is-
why. Like, there's fucking like Mafia, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a community for that game, and it's like they have like semi-competitive shit, but there's a reason nobody gives a shit because it's not like really a good
It's just text.
competitive format, dude.
It's
Like,
just
come
text.
on, man.
It's a game for fun. I mean, like,
Yeah. I mean, it's
like,
literally like
can
a
we not
worse
just have games
version
for
of
fun
rock,
nowadays?
paper, scissors for pro. Like, I don't know, man. I just think it's really stupid that every single fucking game is just an esport from the get-go now. I don't know why. Like, can't we just have games, man? Like,
Yeah,
and
I
even
think
if you have a game, just make the game and then an esports team. Like, look at Counter-Strike or Dota. Like, it's not like Valve implemented the DPC circuit as they made Dota. It's like something that happened organically.
yeah, and
I don't
obviously, and
think.
these games have like a really well thought out like
Yeah.
pattern behind them. The worst example I think of this is Overwatch. I think Overwatch should have been just a fun game. Didn't
Yeah.
need to be an esport. It's a terrible esport. It's
I
even
mean,
a
Is it
terrible
now?
game. I would say it's a terrible game as well, but that's just IMO.
I don't like Overwatch, but I've never really like
All
played
the
it
the-
Overwatch
properly either.
fans are coming out now as well.
I don't know. I mean, I was never
no,
really good at Overwatch.
No, it's unbalanced. Doesn't work. It's just
I've never
the
really played it.
game
I'm a
modes don't
Counter-Strike
really.
player, so
Yeah, it just doesn't really. But I just think the games should just some games are there to just be fun, and that's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought Valorant was quite disappointing. It wasn't. I don't know. I didn't like it. The gun mechanics felt bad compared to CS. The abilities feel dumb. I don't know. Just
I
too
really
much-
like Valorant, to be honest.
I think it's just like
chill
a
game.
less punishing version of CS, really.
Yeah, but
I mean,
that's
That makes
because
the game
you
more fun.
that's because you are a CS player, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe that's why those games become more popular.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's easy. I mean, like Riot kind of make their games that way. They're really good at making games easy and like easily digestible. At least, like that's kind of the main thing. Like League has going for it over Dota is like you very quickly learn to identify things on your screen in League. I
don't
mean,
know
compared
about
to Dota, dude. No. Like, I mean, like there are way less variation in abilities and like what they do
Yeah,
and how they
variation
work.
abilities,
Right?
but I think
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
abilities themselves like harder to identify. I mean,
Yeah, I would
maybe
say I would say the
haven't played enough,
UI in
but-
general is worse with League.
Oh,
than
it's
it
worse.
is.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean more like, oh, I see this thing coming. This is probably X, Y, Z, right?
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay,
Instead of
yeah.
instead of in Dota, where it's like this could be fucking anything. I have no
Yeah.
clue what's happening
Yeah,
right now.
you could play 100 games and never play against a Visage, and then
Yeah,
play against a
exactly.
Visage and be like, "What the hell?"
And it's like Dota doesn't really do like with how abilities is shown. It's like there are very few like common denominators in like visual identification for what an ability does. Like some stuns are spiky. That's about it. Like I guess like all hex abilities like do an animal. Outside of those things, it's like there's no really like uniformity or consistency. Like whereas in League, it's relatively simple to figure out. Okay, this is probably a disable. This is probably this, but as in Dota, it could literally be anything. Is my point.
I don't know. To be fair, I never played League, so
Yeah, I mean, I've played a bit of League, not a lot. I never really enjoyed it.
I thought that me and my friends would go to League eventually, so I started playing it to be like, I'll beat the curve and I'll be better than them by the time they get here, and then none of us went.
Yeah.
and they just never switched. So
Yeah.
Instead, you're
No-
addicted to this game.
Yeah. I
Basically.
hate that I'm stuck. No, I don't hate that. I just wish I was better.
just get better, Mario. It's that easy, bro.
I can't.
I don't,
It's impossible.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what role do you play?
There in there lies the issue. I just want to have a good time.
Switch to offlane.
I know I've been playing offlane for offlane would probably be my main. If you ask my friends, they would say he needs to play support, but
Play
If-
more offlane.
yeah.
Just get Takeshi to teach you. Guy's a genius.
I mean, I really don't think. I don't know. I think like
Genius to minus MR, yeah.
Bro,
I have this.
yeah,
Oh,
to me,
this is a good
Takeshi.
topic. I have a good topic, guys. I have this hypothesis. I
Huh?
call it my frog MMR hypothesis. Okay.
Right.
All right, go on.
And the belief is that there is a number of MMR that is a frog MMR that with a given amount of time and resources, like basically infinite resources and time, you could teach a frog to play Dota at this level. And I believe the frog MMR in Dota is like 6k. Right?
Whoa.
No, listen.
I think we
I
talked
think-
about it kind of last time, right?
Because
Where-
I genuinely believe no matter how fucking bad you're at the game, anyone can make 6k. I mean, some people are going to do it in 500 games, some people are going to take 5,000 games, right?
Yeah, but that's the problem right there. It's like an infinite amount of time.
Sure, but I mean, I'm fairly sure Moyo would get 6k if he had Arteezy coaching him every single day or something.
Every day, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, but that's the point. Like, I think, like, anyone can do it. It's just, it's very, very easy for some people,
Yeah.
not for others.
Yeah, and that was my thing last week was gaming IQ. I think some people just have really high gaming IQ. exists.
I mean, it's pattern recognition, right? It's like if you've ever used an app, right? Everyone has used an app. We use
Yeah.
apps all the time. It's super easy. We can download a new app tomorrow and just use it, probably. If I give my mother an app, she's going to be fucking like, she has no idea what to do. It's because it's a language, right? I think games are the same way. Like, after a certain point, if you start playing games very, very young, whilst your brain is still, like, quite plastic, I think you just adapt.
Quite plastic.
I mean, that's what it's called when your brain is has increased plasticity or whatever, and you like learn things.
There's the doctor coming out right there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the doctor
exactly.
of maths.
There's the doctor of maths coming out right there, telling us about how the brain works. Let's go. Let's fucking
But yeah,
go.
I mean, I think that's probably like I mean, because all the people you see that are like sick at games, you know, S4, right? He's very good at CSGO.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very good at Dota.
Yeah,
he's
he
very
just-
good at
yeah.
everything.
He
I
can
think,
just pick up.
and he's one of those people that, like, he's been playing games since he was fucking who knows, right? Like, and like I think a lot of pros are this way. It's like you just see them like in all the pictures of them as a kid, they're just gaming.
Yeah, see, but I was gaming as well. I was just playing the wrong games. I was damn stuck on Ratchet and Clank. Instead of
brain
instead of
Well,
playing
Ratchet
some actual
and
good.
StarCraft 2 or something. He could have
I mean,
been-
Ratchet
What we're
and Clank was
hearing,
an
Mario, is you could have
amazing
been
game.
pro if you just played the right games.
Obviously.
Yeah, what,
Obviously,
Ratchet and
but
Clank
no.
Pro Season?
Nah, Ratchet and Clank's a great game, mate. Don't even diss.
Nah, I
Don't
don't know. I've never really
even diss.
Ratchet and
experienced that
Clank's
kind
alright.
of game.
I genuinely, I mean, after like playing, I cannot bring myself to enjoy single player games like in the slightest. I don't know.
See, there's been a few recently that I've really enjoyed. So, I think, yeah. So Jedi Fallen Order, I really, really, really enjoyed. But that's because
Yeah,
I
that
love
was a good
Star.
game.
I love Star Wars as well, so that also really helped.
Mm.
But I actually just thought that was a great game, and it wasn't. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think single player games can sometimes be a bit ugh.
I
Like they
think
can
all
just
of them are.
drag. Like GTA for me, just ugh.
Yeah, oh,
The single player
holy
just kind
shit!
of.
How do you actually enjoy that game? I know the only reason I can like the only way I can see anyone enjoy that is like if you're hanging out with your mates, and you're very inebriated.
I like the RP scene that it has.
Oh, looks rough.
I
Man.
mean, that's when GTA was its best, when it was like GTA 4. That's sort of like, or like just when it was on the older generations of Xbox, where people would go around each other's houses and mess around.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid
Yeah.
going around to my friend's house and he had like a folder full of like cheat codes for the, I don't know which GTA, I think it was San Andreas or something.
Yeah.
And you had a
And
full
you have
folder.
you have to do like R1, R2.
Yeah, and you come over, I'd come over and
Right.
he'd show me a new cheat he found or something.
Sick.
Those are the
I mean,
days.
yeah, that was.
And it was
right?
also like an 18, and I was like 12, so it was like kind of taboo as well.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Ooh. I
Taboo
mean, yeah,
gaming.
like I don't know like anytime I play single player games now, I just get bored instantly. It's like, oh,
That's
fucking
probably
suck.
just the dopamine rush from
Sure,
Dota,
yeah,
right?
probably, yeah.
It's just brain rotted your brain now to
I
the
mean,
point
I
where
just
you can't
don't.
get
I
any
don't. The
fun.
thing is, I'm like fine with doing very boring things mostly. Like I would argue that most of my work is probably what people would consider boring, right? It's just reading all day.
I mean, do you just solve math equations? Is that
No, I mean, depends, on the day. Some days I mean, I do a lot of just reading of like theses. I do a lot of reading of hypotheses. Sometimes I just read articles. Like, it just depends on that given day and what I have to do that month or whatever. But it's a lot of reading.
Yeah, it's probably just engagement, right? Because right now Syrphx is playing a game. He's probably so engaged. He's enjoying that game, right, Syrphx?
I'm owning, bro.
Yeah, exactly. See, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, you're just reading, and it is boring to read. But if you're engaged enough in the reading, then it's fun.
I mean, that's the thing. I cannot get engaged in single player. Like, who am I winning against, bro? I'm fucking beating this sick line of code, bro. Epic, man. I'm
Epic,
so
wow.
hyped, bro. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
this
think the
leads
last-
us on to the most disappointing experience of the past 5 years, and that's Cyberpunk
Cyberpunk?
2020. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I actually knew it was gonna be shit from the get go. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I've had an inbuilt hostility towards hyped up things ever since Batman v Superman in 2016.
Oh god.
Because I hyped myself up so
That
much
was a
for it over
fucking
like 2
funny
years,
movie.
and
That
it was just
fucking
awful.
hilarious.
Wait, have you
I
seen
like
the
it.
new Justice League? The
Yes,
Zack Snyder
of
cut?
course I have.
Is it any good? I started watching it, and then
it's-
had this.
Yeah, it's great.
Does it fix a lot of the problems of the original movie?
Yeah.
Can you
I mean,
guys
it's-
explain what it's about?
So in
Wait, you
So
don't know what
Zack's-
Justice League is, Takeshi?
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
do, but I don't really get the full cut. Like, why was there a Zack Snyder cut? And stuff
so
like that?
he was on the film, and it was getting towards the end of like his the production, and his daughter committed suicide, or son, one of them, and that's awful. So he had to leave. Now, whether he left for that entirely, or Warner Brothers wanted him off and wanted someone else in, that's up to debate. But he left for that reason. And then they got Joss Whedon in, who came in, changed the whole movie, or not changed the whole movie, but added in a bunch of scenes, took out a bunch of scenes, and then just changed it all. And then that was what released. So it was just like Frankenstein of like a movie.
I mean, I saw some of it. It was shit. It was really bad.
Yeah, it was really terrible. Like for me, it was like a 4 out of 10 at best, maybe even a 3. And then Zack Snyder said, "Hey, this wasn't the original thing that I made. This is not what I wanted to make." And so Warner Brothers said, "Okay, why don't you finish it and just release it on HBO?" And that's what he did. And he released a 4-hour version with everything. He just put everything in it. Everything he'd filmed, everything he'd done, his whole creative vision. Nothing taken out. And
that sounds like something I would want to watch.
It was actually, yeah, and it was, you know what? It was all right. I'm not going to say it was great. I'm not going to say it was.
Did it bump the movie up from
I'm not going to lie though. Like I've never seen a great superhero movie, right? Like I mean movie-wise, they're just not. I mean, I suppose the superhero movies, but they're not good movies. Let's not kid ourselves.
You don't think any of the Marvel movies are good?
I genuinely think they are bad movies.
Are you fucking crazy?
Narratively, like in terms of like how they're filmed, the shots, it's just not a good movie.
I know what you mean. I think there's only a few that can actually say they're like legitimately. No. There's some that exist. I wouldn't say that it's common, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
I mean, like for example, let's take a movie Ted. Do you guys know the movie Ted with Mark Wahlberg? Right? Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a good movie. It's an enjoyable watch, right? Like if you're in the movie, if you're
I
would
say the Marvel movies are maybe a bit different.
And I would say that the exact same way. I can enjoy them. I can like have the time of my life watching one of those movies, but they're not good movies. They're not pieces of art to me, like in the same way as a lot of film can be. They don't convey something like some deep thing, and I don't know. They have no like. They feel as if they're like produced solely for the purpose of producing money.
That's what they were. That's what they basically were.
Yeah.
You saw the whole thing. It's like it went on for years, and they got so much money out of it.
Exactly.
You can't hide that.
I would say there's only one exception. No, actually, no. I'm not even going to talk. I think you're right. I think in general you're correct.
Yeah.
I think there are exceptions to the rule, but generally you are correct.
Sure. But Moyo, the important question that Syrphx said: did the Snyder Cut bump it from a 3 to a 4?
I would say bumped it to like a 7.
Poggers. I need to watch it. Though.
But then I would say critically it probably only bumped it to like a 6. But as enjoyment wise, I enjoyed it. Hey, like I'm there to have a good time. So
exactly. I mean, I think people all confuse that. Like, you don't have to enjoy everything that's good, and something doesn't have to be good for you to enjoy it, right? Like I enjoy a lot of bad things. Sometimes I'll enjoy McDonald's. It's not good food. I don't pretend. I'm not going to cope and say, oh no, it's fine, I eat once in a while, it's okay.
No, McDonald's is not good food.
It's gonna fucking kill you. But sometimes it's fucking enjoyable. Sometimes you're drunk and you want it, that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't like, there doesn't have to be this like consistency in between
I think
X being good and me enjoying it, right? Like,
and I think because of like YouTube, like that whole like the video essays, I think like everything has to be like good, like like my favorite film used to be Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage.
Exactly, yeah.
And I watched that now. It's so bad, but I used to love it. Like, and that's okay. And I feel validated.
I mean, there are tons of shit movies that are just a blast to watch. And like are good movie. I mean, I suppose they're like good movies, even though they're not. I also think like something can be a good movie without being a touching or like a profound piece of cinema, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's kind of what we're talking about. Yeah.
I think The Room was a masterpiece.
I've never seen
the movie.
I've heard good things. It's a book, right? Or
no.
A book.
I mean, it's a movie about. I mean, wait, do you mean the first one, or do you mean the movie about The Room?
No, I think both, honestly, were just great. I think.
What's the fucking movie called again? Holy shit!
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm lost now. I don't know what we're talking about.
The Room. It's like an American cult classic. It's one of the worst movies
Yeah,
ever made.
it's literally
Oh, okay.
made
Oh,
by
okay.
it's Tommy Wiseau. You know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Totally
that
Wiseau.
film.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
just
the Disaster
so
Artist. Yeah, it's with James Franco in it. Yeah, that's it. That's
it's
the
just so unironic that it just becomes ironic.
one. I mean,
and
that's a
I just
fun
loved
movie.
it
It's
so much.
I mean, it's also like I've seen it a few times and I've enjoyed myself thoroughly, but at the same time, it's not something I would put on to watch alone. You wanna be with with a group
Yeah,
of
yeah.
guys or like at the ideally at like an event. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like all these
so-
events where people go to them, it's sick because everyone knows the thing.
And
it's a
they've
really
all
good
got
time.
like. So my friend went to one, and he said that all the crowd reacted in like weird ways on like
Yeah.
weird scenes because they all like did that
all of it.
regularly, and it was like a little following that they had. But hold on, here's something I've got, right. So we say that not everything has to be great for it to be enjoyable, but there are some things that are so badly written that I just can't ignore it. That I just can't ignore how
Like what?
like so I think of so for me it's what's that? Call the Midwife. I don't know.
I don't know that.
It's a British TV show that's often on like around Christmas. I don't know, Syrphx
Wait,
and
maybe I know it. Wait.
Takeshi might be able to
Kind of
back
know
me
it,
up on
but
this.
it's
But
kind of just
it's no, but I tell you something. So like,
Oh yeah, it
the
looks horrible.
like it never rains in the show. Now that sounds silly.
I mean,
but,
that's
like,
fair enough.
It's just like everything is fake. It's just fake, and I just can't buy it. I don't buy it. Like,
I mean,
like
do you need to buy it though? Do you want
there's-
like do you
yeah.
watch? Do you watch like do you know 2.5 Men, for example?
Yes.
Or like let's say The Office. The Office.
Yeah.
The
Love
UK
The Office.
version. I mean, you can always the US. Let's not talk about the US Office. That's horrible.
What? No, US Office better.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
disagree. But yeah. I mean, it's very obviously like a lot of it's fake. I mean, I think I don't think that's a problem to me. Like I think I can suspend my disbelief for about anything as long as it
Yeah.
makes. I mean, I think a very important thing there is like it has to make the experience better. I don't want to sit here and like suspend disbelief for something that's gonna be fucking boring and shit, right?
Yeah. No. I just think there's some like things that are just don't work for me,
I guess. Yeah, I mean,
And-
I know what you mean.
and there is bad things that are just bad. Like
For sure.
I do know more. I will bring more examples next time because I am very passionate on this point.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think of a really bad movie. I'm trying to think. I mean, you could say Adam Sandler movies, but that's such a low shot. I don't think.
that is a
counts.
low blow. I think
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I think just the
boring.
horror genre is just bad. Personally, I think that's just boring after a while. You know it's just it's just shit.
I mean,
don't know.
again, I feel like it's made. I kind of give that kind of like those movies a pass because I think they're made with a different purpose, right?
Yeah, I guess.
They're not really like I don't know. Just they're made to be horror movies, but I suppose horror movies should be enjoyable in their own right, and
Yeah.
some of them are like there are genuinely good horror movies, like scary movies, or thrillers. I suppose thrillers that's something different though. Or do we count those as the same thing?
So I assume, Boruu, that you're like the kind of guy that would enjoy just sitting down and watching like a few films in a row, right?
Sure, depending.
Because I can't really bring myself to do that. I don't know why.
I mean,
I'm
for
not
me,
really
it's a
that big
very,
into that.
it's a very like vibe thing. Like some days I'll definitely do that. Like other days I will like I'd rather fucking die.
Syrphx, are you into that sort of thing?
Into what, sorry? I'm talking to my dude.
Yes, I knew it. I got him. I fucking got him.
Tell me what?
Are you into watching films? Can you watch?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
films
like
all
watching
in a row? So I'm the only one here that isn't really a movie buff. Then I guess.
I'm not really. I'm honestly not a huge movie buff. I've just like I have a lot of friends that are, so I've kind of been like assimilated into their thing. But I'm not like a huge media guy in general. I don't like watch a lot of stuff. I'd rather like read or listen to something, or just do something else.
Well, I would argue nowadays media thinking can count like YouTube and streams. So are
Sure,
you into
yeah.
that?
I mean, I watch some YouTube, very sporadically.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I do watch. I've been guilty of watching absurd amounts of YouTube in my time, like when I was.
I
doing
think
my
everybody
PhD, for
watches
example.
YouTube nowadays, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah,
our
I
version of
feel like
TV
it.
almost.
Actually, no, I was actually like, there was this girl I was like dating a while back, and she was shocked that people watch YouTube regularly. She was like, "What? People watch YouTube? Are you fucking serious?" Like she couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
What was the
it's
problem?
like-
What does she watch though?
Imagine going and
You just want Netflix and HBO and that kind of thing.
yeah. Imagine finding
series
exactly
on
what you want to
TV.
listen to. Shocking, you know.
Shocking.
Fuck.
I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube because I follow a lot of football, and I just like hearing lots of people's opinions on different.
I actually
things.
cannot. I love watching highlights. I cannot bring myself to watch those fucking talk shows. Holy shit.
Oh no,
these
no,
people.
not the produced ones. I always watch the
Alright,
fan
alright.
TVs.
Okay,
So I
yeah, that's
I like
different,
listening to
different.
like different fan. I like it. So when a game's coming up, like this weekend, Arsenal playing West Ham, and I like
Yeah.
listening to all the dialogue between the two clubs fans and seeing
Yeah.
like what the general feelings were. Like I hate Sky Sports. My thing now is watch-alongs. I can't believe it, but I'll watch Mandalorian with a watch-along on YouTube.
No, why?
Yep.
Wait, what do you mean, like watch along?
What
I
on
will
earth?
sync.
That is
I will
so
sync up with a
strange.
guy who's watching it at the same time, and watch it at the same
Why?
time.
Wait,
because
so
I live.
like watch like reaction channels.
So yeah, so let's say I thought there's this guy who talks about Star Wars on his channel all the time, and I like listening to what he has to say about Star Wars. So when he has a watch along on The Mandalorian, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to hear him react to this episode as we go along. So I stick it on. I live on my own. I stick it on, and then you watch it.
And then you hear
Fair
him
enough.
bitch.
Yeah, I was
And
about to say. Do you know
No,
what?
no, he
fucking
doesn't, like,
fandom-
talk-
the whiniest fandom on earth. It's fucking Star Wars people.
And the dark
Yeah.
saber's
Cry
got the right leg.
Everything. They cry about fucking everything. It's unbelievable.
it's
They
true.
are the whiniest, whingiest fucking. Oh my goodness.
They're still fun to be around, though. I enjoy the
Are
Star
they?
Wars fandom. Yeah, I mean, like when you're in it, you don't really think about it. But I think when you're out,
Wait,
there,
are you in the Star Wars fandom, Takeshi?
I don't know. I have friends that are, so I guess I am.
I know
Uh-oh.
any of these friends.
No, you don't.
Fudge.
Sag. But they're into it. You know what we should do? We
Like
should do.
giga nerds sort of thing.
I don't know really. They just sort of like it. But you know what we should do? We should do a Dota 2 watch along.
Well, that sounds a lot to me like
The
casting.
casts, yeah.
Yeah, that's casting, isn't it, Takeshi?
It'd be more
No,
like.
for the anime that's coming out.
Oh, I watch
Oh,
along.
okay.
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
a
25th?
phenomenal idea.
The 25th?
That is a phenomenal
Yeah.
idea.
What is that happening now?
Yeah, I think that is happening. And you know what? We'll talk about it in the next episode.
Wow. Very based, guys.
That's the best idea you've had since inviting me on this podcast.
Actually, true.
That's actually sad.